Well, here we are, 2021, finally, after a crazy 2020. Now it's a brand new year. What are we going to do with it? That's the big question. Things are a little crazy in case you haven't noticed. But what are we going to do about that? We're going to sit back and worry? Can't really do that. What good does it do? The way I see it, there's 4 ways we can approach the next 12 months. 4 basic ways to look at planning the next 12 months. First would be to leave it to random chance. Then, of course, with random chance, you get random results. And as you probably heard before, failure to plan, planning to fail. It's all the same, no goals, no ambition. Maybe you're just taking a wait-and-see approach. That's fine. I think I would just say put an end date to it. But look, if you just have this approach that you're just going to wait and see, let things play out as they may, there's a word for that, and it's called no ambition. And what happens as a result of that? Are people without ambition happy? No. There's not one single happy person that has no ambition. It doesn't work that way. People that lack ambition, you see everything else. There's a familiar pattern. Depression, all kinds of ailments, setbacks, challenges, same thing. So that's one path. Maybe you're just going to let it happen on its own. Maybe you haven't thought about it before. A lot of people, believe it or not, option number 2, prepare to fail. What are you talking about? Essentially sitting back and worrying, dwelling on every negative in your life until it becomes a reality. I know it sounds funny, but if you take time to actually listen to a lot of people around you, there's a ton of people that do exactly this. They bitch and whine and bitch and whine. Now, the other thing, you have a lot of survivors. It's good to be a survivor. Prepare to survive. This is important. What happens when things go wrong? How well are you prepared? So how then do you create the life that you need to be happy? If you're not going to be a person that, just worries yourself into failure, even if you are a survivor, how do you then create the life that you need to be happy? Well, you have to set yourself up to do it. It's that simple. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what's going on around you. So that's the focus generally, survival, and setting up the best future possible. That's all you can do. You're not going to control all the circumstances. Position yourself as best as can to be where you want to be. Preparing to survive if things go bad, but you got to set yourself up to pounce when you can take advantage of the things in your life that are important to you. So I don't have so much of a resolution for you, but a question for you to ponder. 2 questions, actually. Number 1, what if there's something that you resolve yourself to do in 2021 that's going to be part of something much, much bigger, potentially wildly much bigger down the road? That one little step that might take you on a journey that you never could have imagined. How do you find that step? You got to follow your gut. What's your passion? What drives you? Not what scares you. What do you want? Not what you don't want. Right? That's the first challenge, finding that balance between safety and success. Naturally, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't know how, I don't have the kids, the job, the house. I know, there's all these excuses, and it's all correct. And you can't throw caution to the wind, especially not now in this environment. But what if you took that one little step this year? Today. Like, let's say, for example, so you have some passion for baking, right? You might not be ready to open up the bake shop or go public with national distribution or whatever you have in mind. But maybe it's that little recipe that you write down today, those little notes that you keep in a keepsake, keeping that dream alive. Maybe that's what will one day get you started. Or I don't know, maybe you'll never start it, maybe become something. You never really know. But if that's your passion and that's where you want to be, do something to advance it forward. I don't know. Ask yourself, what are the things that you need to be doing to grow, to improve, to get better in the direction that's important to you? That's what everything revolves around. Look, you can't possibly accurately envision what the future is going to look like, especially 10 to 15 years out. I'll prove my point. Look back on your life 10 or 15 years. Take a minute to look back over the past 10 or 15 years. Did you ever imagine that you'd be exactly where you are today in the exact circumstances? I know that you can't, because none of us did. We're all in the same boat in that regard, at least this year. 10 years ago, could you have ever seen yourself having dealt with the challenges and lessons that you learned and went through over the past 10 years? And so here's the other thing, and it's very important. Time amplifies all things, good and bad. Left to continue, it grows over time. That dollar you stuff in the jar every day, that's good, right? That little sacrifice you make, that little delayed gratification. That bowl of ice cream that you ate before bed last night, not a big deal until you add it up 7 days a week, 365 days a year, times 10 years, and all of a sudden, it's 6 tractor trailer loads of ice cream we're talking about. You're 150 pounds overweight, diabetic, and on dialysis 3 times a week. I'm being dramatic, but you get the idea. Those habits, they add up over time. And so you better be real careful how you allow habits to creep into your life and whether or not you want to leave it to random chance what's going to come into your life. In other words, take a good, hard look. Take a personal inventory of how you spend your time and what consumes you, because that little this or that is no big deal until it happens every day. But it goes the other way too. Right? You keep strumming that guitar day after day after day, and sooner or later, a song's going to pop out. That dollar a day over 10 years is used to buy properties, build businesses, unimaginable things that you never even maybe could have thought of. It's happened to me, really. That's true. What if there's something that you resolve yourself to do now in 2021 that could be part of something much, much bigger maybe you haven't even envisioned yet? I know 2020 for a lot of people kind of sucked, right? So what? It's done. It's 2021. It's not likely that the problems are going to change overnight. Some of them maybe not ever, but you can. What are the things that you need to be doing in 2021? Here's the 3 categories to think about, okay? Not what you not need to be doing. I need to stop doing this. I need to break this. What do you need to be doing? You might, with all the circumstances, you might even want to set that self aside. What I need to get away from, what I need to take more of in. But here's the 3 categories you want to look at. What do you consume? What do you read? What do you listen? What do you watch? What do you eat? What do you drink? How much time are you spending on it? What do you create? Do it every single day, whatever it is that you create. Exercise your mind, exercise your body. And you should be doing this on a daily basis. This is what a healthy person does. Easy to say that, but so few people do it. And I know what you're already saying. I'm busy. I'm too busy. Boo-hoo. I'm too busy to work out. I'm too busy to this. I'm too busy to that. Hey, here's how it works. You got to prepare. Set it up in advance. You're going to eat something tomorrow, right? You will have lunch tomorrow. Am I correct? Something is going to go in your mouth at noon tomorrow. You either plan it now or you plan it later. The difference is control. Today you control what you eat tomorrow. You see how that works? And then those habits that you develop in 2021, what will they add up to? That you ate a little healthier, you exercised a little healthier, you read a little, right? These areas of your life. But there's a second part besides the activity and what you do. And that's your outlook, how you look at things. Negativity, it's a killer. It's an absolute killer. Look, I'm as cynical as anybody. I don't trust shit. Ask anybody I know. But damn it, I found most people really do complain themselves right into their own self-created misery. Why would you do that? Sometimes you can't stop, right? You can't get that, but it sucks, thought out of your head. You keep ruminating. And even if you don't have that problem, here's what to do. Ask yourself, what if I looked at this differently? It's a simple question that goes like this. How do I make the most of this situation? You're not going to control every situation. How do I make the most of it? That's what happy, fulfilled, successful people do. And it's really something because, when you look back and you say, well, the house burned down and that was tough. But, through all this, we managed to build that great little cottage that we always wanted. And, truth be told, in the end, it brought our family closer together. Why? Because you took the attitude of how do I make the best of this rather than focusing on how bad it sucked. Imagine that. A tragedy turned into a blessing. Happens every day if you let it. 2021 is a new year, a new opportunity. There will be struggles. Just remember, nothing good, nothing bad ever lasts forever. If you find yourself in a situation you don't know what to do, there's something that'll help. Walk, move, do something. Keep pushing yourself to move every single day. If you don't know where to go or what to do, just start walking until you figure it out. Constant forward motion. Happy New Year.